welcome to another episode of Nature at Home with Bianca. You may be thinking, Bianca, what are you talking about? You're not outside, you're sitting in your car right now, which is very true. I am sitting in my car right now, but the reason is because I'm going to go somewhere to go see nature. So I am at my house right now getting ready to leave, and I'm going to take you guys to the Lewisville Lake Environmental Learning Area today. And the reason I'm going there is because I know last time I showed you a lot of birds around my neighborhood and in my backyard, but this one time I want to try to give you guys some tips on how to identify birds. And I know that when I started bird watching, the easiest birds to identify were the water birds. So we're thinking ducks, geese, herons, egrets, birds like that who are fairly large, who hang out in the water and they don't move a ton. So you have a lot of time to take a good look at it and think about what species it may be. I'm hoping that the birds that I see at Lewisville Lake will be easier for me to identify and easier for me to help teach you how to identify them. So that's my goal for today, is to go check out some water birds and show you some tips for identifying birds. We'll see what we can find. So I'm really excited. I'm about to leave now in my car. A couple things, if you are leaving the house to go birdwatch, that's awesome. I'm not planning on interacting with anybody. It's a Wednesday right now, and so I'm not planning on a ton of people being there, but just in case there are people there and I have to interact with them, I am bringing my mask. I have a cloth mask, bring whatever mask you have, and then also some hand sanitizer, just in case. And don't forget water as well. You need to stay hydrated when you're outside, so don't forget that water bottle. All right, so now I'm gonna buckle up and let's go check out some birds. I will see you guys there. Alright, so I'm here at the Lewisville Lake Environmental Learning Area. As you can see, I'm quite surrounded by nature now. Currently, I'm walking down the Blackjack Trail, which is supposed to take me down to a different trail that's actually for kayakers and canoers called the Beaver Pond Trail, I think. And even though I don't have a kayak, I'm hoping that that will get me close enough to some water to where we can hopefully see some egrets and herons and things. So we'll see when we get down there. If not, I'll find another place to go. But yeah, even if you don't come looking for birds, this is a great place to walk. I love this trail so far. It's been awesome. All right, I'll check in a little bit. All right, so I kind of ran into a bit of a snag. So basically the end of this trail is closed. I didn't realize that. He told me that this trail was the one that was open, but I guess it was the part I already went on and not necessarily this part, because we have this construction sign here. So I had to turn around, unfortunately. It's sad, but it's more important for me to stay safe, so I don't mind turning around. So I'm gonna go back and try to see if there's another place where I can get closer to the lake and get some birds. I'm gonna go back and we're gonna see what I end up doing. I don't know yet. We're figuring this out together right now. All right, bye. All right, so I was headed towards my car to go somewhere else to look for birds, but I did find this, and I wanted to point out to you what it was. This is called a bird blind. It's a little random hut they just kind of built in the middle of this field. There's a trail right here that leads up to it. Basically what a bird blind is, it's a little hut-like thing that they build with seats and things for people to sit. And then there's these blinds, and if you look through them, there are areas where there could potentially be birds. See, there's something flying across right there. And so basically the purpose of a bird blind is so that bird watchers can try to get closer to the bird, because they know the birds like to hang out right here in this field, so they can try to get closer. But because we're in this little building, it's harder for them to see us and hear us, and they're less likely to fly away, while we can still get good close-up looks at them. So that's, if you ever see one of these just in the middle of a field or something, that's what it is. It's a bird blind, and it's used for watching birds in secret.
So while I was at the bird blind, I ended up noticing quite a few birds there. First, I saw this eastern bluebird, which was a little hard to identify because normally they look more like this, while the one I saw looked like this. I realized later that the reason it looked different was because this one was a juvenile, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. I also saw a few male and female house finches, which I showed you last week and talked a little bit more about in my last video.
Oh my gosh, so I'm really glad I came in here. I definitely wasn't planning on it at first. I just saw like 6 crows land right there. I got a couple pictures I can't wait to show you, but wow, I'm really glad I came in here. Oh, there's one right there. Look at that. I'm filming so that maybe you can hear them too. Oh, there he goes. I don't tend to see crows up close a lot. They don't tend to, I don't know, I see them like soaring or landing on something far away, but I don't see them up close a lot, which is why I was very excited to see that.
Here are the pictures of some of the crows that I saw. These are American crows, which are the only kind of crow in North Texas. Though I don't see crows a lot, one other time I did see crows was last summer at Briarwood. I would see them in Big Field in the evenings after base camp went home. I also saw this bird at the bird blind. This is a brown thrasher. Thrashers are cousins of the northern mockingbird.
Alright, so I'm back in my car now. I will definitely say that was an eventful trip, just because I did still see a lot. Definitely wasn't what I was expecting, because I was hoping to get closer to the actual lake and see water birds, and the trail was closed, so I couldn't get as close as I wanted to. But this was still a great place to go. So the bird blind ended up being really nice. I saw a lot more than what I expected there, and also even though the trail was closed for the end, the part that I did walk on was really nice. It was really nice to just be outside and enjoy nature. I actually got pictures of bugs too that I'm going to show you. I do want to mention too that I am going to show you how to use an app that I use, which helps me identify birds. Like when I saw that bluebird before, I saw that it was blue and gray, but I wasn't 100% sure that it was a bluebird, so I wanted to double check. I do have a bird guidebook that I use. It's this one from National Geographic, but I wouldn't recommend this for new birders or kids, just because it's all of North America and it's very big. It does have some nice pictures. Here's the ducks page. Here's one of the ducks page. The pictures are really helpful, but I wouldn't recommend a book this big for the beginning birder, just because it has every bird in North America, which is all 1,023 species, and that's a lot. So, but I do have this app that I want to show you. It's called Merlin Bird ID. I find it really helpful. That's what I use whenever I don't want to pull this big book out. And it's really great for just anybody, new birders, anybody to use to help ID birds that you see. So I'm going to show you how to use it on my phone. I'm going to screen record my phone and show you how that works. But that's a great app that I definitely recommend using if you want help IDing birds.
Okay, so this is the home page, and basically what I want to do is click Start Bird ID. I'm going to put in my current location just because that'll give me the most accurate results. When did I see the bird? Today is July 1st, so I'm going to set it to today. What size was the bird? So I'm trying to identify that bluebird that I saw. I would say it was between a sparrow and a robin. So you can click any of these options. This one's sparrow size or smaller, robin, crow, or goose size or larger. And then there's these in-between ones as well. Just your best approximation from what you can tell the size of the bird. I think it was between a sparrow and a robin, so that's what I'm going to put. I'm going to hit next. It asked me the main colors. I know that I saw blue and I know that I saw gray. So those are the two that I'm going to click. You can choose up to 3 colors. And then I saw this bird in trees or bushes, but you should choose where you saw the bird because that'll help them figure out what kind of bird it is based on its behavior. Hit next. It's going to create a list. And yep, so this is probably the bird I saw, but I look at this and I don't remember seeing orange on it, but I can flip through the pictures. Oh, was it a female? Maybe. Oh, no, this is what it was. So this was the bird that I found. That's why I couldn't identify it right away, is because it had a lot of gray. But this is, this you can see it says juvenile, which means it's a baby. So it was a little baby bird that I saw. So it wasn't fully blue like this, or like the female here. It was a juvenile, which is why it was hard for me to identify. But that's why I love this app, because it gives you all the options. It also shows other alternatives that it could have been if it wasn't that. It could have been this indigo bunting. It could have been this tufted titmouse. It gives you all sorts of suggestions to try to help you, just because it's not always the first one that you put. I will show you too, if I were to click this, I can find more about this bird. So this is the ID info. I can hit sounds and play its song. And I can also do map. So if I'm not sure what species it is, I can look at the map and I know, oh, well, purple means year-round, and I'm in North Texas, so I know this bird lives here year-round, so I know it's that bird. So the app will use your location to determine if that bird lives in your area or not, but that's something you can check as well if you're interested. So I'm going to hit, yes, this is my bird. Awesome. I definitely recommend this app for the beginning birder if you're interested in needing help IDing birds. Okay, so here are some of the bugs that I saw while I was out on the trail. I'm not an expert on bugs, but I did a little research and found out that this little guy is the differential grasshopper, which are found all across the central United States. This dragonfly here is an eastern pond hawk. This one happens to be a female, since green pond hawks are always female and the males are actually blue. This is a tawny emperor, which is a species of brush-footed butterfly. It is part of a genus of butterflies that only live near hackberry trees. Finally, while I was hiking, I also saw another western kingbird. I showed you them in my last video, but I wanted to share this picture I got of it.
But yeah, didn't go as expected, but I still really like it here. I think this is a really great place to see birds. I definitely recommend coming here. I do want to let you know there was a $5 admission charge just to park, so do expect that charge when you come, if you come. But I did really like it here. Maybe check online and come back when more of the trails are open. I did know that some of the trails were closed due to construction, but I didn't realize it was so many of them that only one trail was really open. So if you want to be hiking on the trails, maybe check their website. I think they update it pretty regularly. See if the construction's done yet or not when you come. Otherwise, this was a great place to go hiking and a great place to look at birds, so I recommend it. All right, now I'm going to go see about going to the lake. See you there. Okay, so as I was sitting in my car before I left to go to the lake, a few more birds showed up that I just had to show you some pictures of. I showed you the northern cardinal in my last video, but I really wanted to share this close-up shot that I got, just because it came out so good. I also saw this guy, who is a summer tanager. Tanagers are in the same family as cardinals, however they're not nearly as common, and this was probably only my second or third time seeing one ever. The one I saw had both yellow and red on it, which looks slightly different from this adult tanager here. But then I checked and saw that mine looked a lot more like this, meaning it was not fully mature. Finally, I saw another eastern bluebird. This one is clearly an adult, since it looks much more like this than the juvenile we saw earlier. Alright, now let's go to the lake. Alright, so I ended up having to come to Cottonwood Park in Little Elm, the park I tried to go to before, and I wasn't supposed to park there, so I had to leave. So I am here at the public lake access point. I do see a few things that I would love to try to get pictures of. There's not a lot, but that's alright. I just wanted to get some water birds, something different, more unique than like the regular songbirds that I've been showing you. So hopefully I'll get a few things. There are more people here. I might end up putting my mask on. They're pretty spread out, but just in case, I'm definitely gonna bring it with me. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a few pictures of some water birds. I'm excited. Let's see what we can find. This little cutie here is a killdeer, which is a type of plover. Plovers and sandpipers are shorebirds that are often seen along the shore or at the beach looking for food in the sand. Even though other sandpipers can be hard to ID, the killdeer is easy to distinguish because of the two thick bands on its breast and across its head. Here I saw quite a few mallards, which I also showed you last week. At first, all I saw were females, but eventually I saw a male hanging out in the group with his green head. This is actually a turkey vulture, which I don't tend to see on the ground a whole lot. I showed you one soaring in the sky last week, but I was happy to get this closer up picture to share this time. Here, flying across the lake, are two great blue herons. I couldn't get a picture of them on the ground, but these guys are pretty common, and I often see them at the pond in my neighborhood. These are some great egrets. Egrets are technically a type of heron, but most egrets are white in color. The great egret is the biggest egret, but it's not as big as the great blue heron. Great egrets are white with black legs and yellow bills. This is the snowy egret. It looks very similar to the great egret, except it is smaller and has a few distinct differences, most notably a black bill and yellow feet at the end of its black legs. If you're trying to tell the difference between the two, looking for the bill colors would be your best bet, just because it can be hard to tell their size from far away, and their feet are often muddy or hard to see in the water. Here's both of them next to each other for comparison. Alright, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys where I was, mostly just because I love the sounds of the waves and I want you to be able to hear it as well. So just listen for a second. Gosh, that's so relaxing to me. So yeah, I'm here by the lake. I actually saw more than I expected. Disclaimer, it is almost 2 o'clock, which means it's quite hot and there's probably less birds than there would have been in the morning or so, but I saw some plovers, I saw some egrets, some herons, I even saw another turkey vulture. But yeah, I love the lake. I'm a person that really likes the water a lot. And I think as long as you're being safe, coming to places like this that are less crowded, to look at nature and to enjoy nature is an okay thing to do. Just make sure you're only coming with your immediate household and you're staying away from other people. Even though I had to run all around town trying to find the right spot, I really enjoyed myself today. I definitely recommend finding some time to go out and enjoy nature near you. Obviously, this lake was a lake close to me. There could be other ones close to you. I don't know where you live, but just find a place that works close to you. I am also going to show you on my computer when I get home how to find hotspots for birds near you. So that's how I actually found the Lewisville Lake learning area that I went to before, was from a hotspot list on this website called eBird. So when I get home, I'm going to screen share my computer and I'm going to show you how to find hotspots near you if you do want to go looking for birds. But it's also fine to just come out here and enjoy the lake, to just go on a hike. It's okay if you don't find anything. I didn't find exactly what I was expecting, but I still had a great time out here. So thanks everybody for watching Nature at Home with Bianca, and I will see you back next week. Bye. But even though I don't have a... Whoa, what was that? Gotta get a picture. It was too fast. I didn't get a picture. Keep out. There is literally a bulb on my face. I hear something. Y'all hear that? I think that's one of those birds that's like really easy to hear, but not as easy to find. So I feel like I should have known to turn around when I ran into this. The trail was quite flooded for a while, but I went, no, I really want to get there. I'm doing this for Briarwood. So now we have this. My shoes are quite muddy. It's okay. Shoes can be cleaned. It stinks that the trail was closed anyways. I couldn't even go any further, but it's fine. It's hot out, so I don't mind my feet being a little wet. It's all good. Okay, so I was headed towards my car to leave. Wow, I look so sweaty. Okay, I look less sweaty. I keep seeing this bluebird flying around. And a cardinal just landed right there. Holy cow, that's a close-up shot. Still watching.